Hey, what's up, everybody? So last night I went to go see the new Planet of the Apes movie, and it actually was really good. I feel like 2024 has been coming out with some pretty good movies, and I'm all here for it. Especially like I've been wanting to go see the new Tyler Perry spoof movie because honestly, when I seen the commercial, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm all here for this one because honestly, Tyler Perry has been putting out trash content for so many years. I feel like he is deserving of a spoof movie, and I felt like it was just something real cute and it was in good taste. But here's the thing about it. Just get, I'm gonna get back to Planet of the Apes in a minute. But I just want to say, okay, the movie released right on May 10th. But the thing about it is, it's only a limited release. Like, is that because Tyler Perry had a problem with it? Because I heard that he was very angry about his little spoof movie. So I'm like, what is up with what is up with that? I found out I had to go look it up yesterday because I was looking for show times, and I'm like, okay, none of the movies had had the show times for it. I'm like, okay, what's up with it? Then I thought, okay, well maybe it's just a streaming movie. So I went to my streaming service, and it's saying it's not available there. So I'm like, okay, well, is the movie released on the 10th of May? So where is it? So I happened to see that they had I found out it's a limited viewing. So at my local cinemas, they're only showing one showtime a day or whatever. So, anyways, they had one today this morning at 9:35 a.m. I'm like, who in the world is gonna get up at 8 a.m. to go to see a movie? Girl, bye. So, but anyways, I don't know. Maybe Tyler Perry had something to do with it because he does have a lot of pull. Anyways, let's get back to to Planet of the Apes. You know what? Whenever I watch Planet of the Apes, I always find myself rooting for the apes. And the reason why is because the humans, the so-called humans that are in the movie, are always nonsensical as ever, and they always seem to have this really this really strange anger or animus at the apes that really just is so unwarranted. It's like you're angry at the apes, but for what? For why? For what reason? Why? Because it was the so-called humans that made this virus that caused their near just their near annihilation, and it also caused them to become unintelligent and unable to speak. The apes didn't have anything to do with it. So it's like, in my mind, I'm always wondering, what are you mad about? You're mad because you created something that caused them to become intelligent. And then also, it's always this thing about them wanting to regain this dominance or whatever they have. There is no possible way in this situation where you have these highly intelligent apes that society is just going to run the way that it's always run. The only common sense way to continue at this point is for you to both live, to both cohabitate. The apes have their habitations and where they live, and the humans do whatever they do. But it's like, it's just always, I feel like this thing where the people in it want to, I don't know, regain whatever. But here's what I liked about the movie. I love the fact that they kind of tried to. I felt like this movie was like a soft, like this, like as soft as toilet paper remake of like the original one. Like, they did the shout outs to the character Nova, and then they kind of had like the Neanderthal barbarian humans that was wearing like the loincloths and stuff like that. So it was some shout outs. It wasn't really like a remake. Or I guess I'll say this. They did some callbacks to the original movie, which I really love the original movie. I happened to actually watch the movie maybe about 3 years ago. It was like the first time I seen it, and I was like, wow, this is really good. I understood why people loved Planet of the Apes after I watched it, because it actually was a really good movie series. And then I went on to watch all of the movies that came thereafter, because they have like 4 or 5 movies that came after that. But anyways, the movie was good. It held my attention. I wish that the climax would have given a little bit more. But oh, child, let me just get, before I end this video, I'm about to end it. The one character in this movie that had it going on, honey, was that Ape King. I don't know what it is about that Ape King, but honey, that Ape King had it going on. I loved everything about that Ape King, and you know what? I love when movies have so-called villains that actually have like when their objective makes sense. Honey, if I am if I'm an ape and I have gained this high intelligence and I want to hold on to my dominance, honey, I am gonna do everything I can, honey, to hold on to it. So I completely understand his motivation for wanting to do what he did, and I don't know, it's just something about that Ape King that like I just respected his gangster. I love that crown. And could somebody tell me why in the world was this chimpanzee so much larger than the other ones? I almost thought he was a gorilla at first. I'm like, what is up with this? And you know, speaking of the gorillas, can somebody explain to me why it is that they always had the gorillas playing second fiddle to the chimps? Like, I mean, why is that? But anyways, honey, that Ape King had it going out, honey. I love that scene where he was all in that girl. Nope. Well, I guess her name was May. He was up in her face talking about how they had killed her family or whatever. Something about him was just giving me like these real strong, like Scar from Lion King essences. I was like, whoo, child, honey. I was like, man, that was like a really great scene. And I don't know, something about that character I just really, really enjoyed. The Ape King, yes, I love them scary looking eyes, and I love this whole operation he had going on, trying to get into that underground bunker. Like, I just loved everything about it, honey. But you know, and here's the thing. I felt like this. The only flaw in his plan, in my opinion, was how he came to the other colonies. Like, they shouldn't have came destroying they habitats and just, you know, dragging them back to, you know, where they lived like they were slaves. What they should have did is they should have came on some, okay, you know, let's come together. We want to fuse and connect with all the different ape colonies out there and start a kingdom, and we want to get this thing started where we take over. Instead of this whole, I felt like they were alienating themselves against the other apes, which it went completely against their whole supposed belief system, which is together we're stronger, right? Like this, and it was so funny because they were supposed to be upholding the beliefs of Caesar, but it's like y'all doing everything that contradicts everything that he was supposed to be for. Like, I don't understand it. They were alienating themselves from the other apes, and I feel like if they had came on in a more respectful way, then there's no way in the world that they would have ever helped this little chick May do what she did in the apes. But I think the movie seemed to suggest that it was probably going to do a part 2 or a sequel to this movie. And obviously we know from watching the original movies that the apes actually ended up becoming dominant and taking over. So I don't know, girl, but anyways, I enjoyed the movie. My favorite part of this movie was the Ape King. Like, ooh, child. And you know, it was kind of slow and stagnant when it first started off, so I didn't know how good this movie was gonna be. I was kind of bored at the beginning of it, but it got going and it got really good, especially when it got to that Ape King. I wish that they had kind of like introduced his character a lot sooner, cause I loved everything about the Ape King. But anyways, y'all, this was Planet of the Apes. I didn't want to give away a whole bunch about the movie. But anyways, the movie was good. Go see it. All right, peace.